The member for Mackellar.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Will the Treasurer explain how important maintaining housing values is to the confidence of consumers and the business community?
The Treasurer has the call.
I thank the member for Mackellar for her question, because she knows how resilient and confident the Australian people are in this country, Mr Speaker. She knows how confidence is so critical to the performance of our economy.
And most recently we have seen,
despite the shocks and the volatility in global financial markets, Australians' confidence rebound in January, Mr Speaker, despite all of that. But Australians have their investments and they have their wealth in their homes, Mr Speaker, and confidence in the value of your home is central to Australian consumer confidence, Mr Speaker. And that's why it's so important you have policies that are consistent and stable to promote consumer confidence in the value of the home, in the importance of their and value of their job, Mr Speaker, which is what this government is focused on. Jobs and growth and confidence, Mr Speaker, and we're seeing all three as a result of the policies of this government. Now, it is true that negative gearing, Mr Speaker, has been part of the mainstay of policy in this country for 100 years, Mr Speaker. It's not unique to Australia, and it doesn't provide any special treatment, Mr Speaker. It simply respects the principle, as the former Secretary of the Treasury, Ted Evans, was saying, of the principle that if you're seeking to earn an income, then the costs of earning that income can be offset. This is an important taxation principle. It's not a concession, Mr Speaker. It's not something that is somehow a special incentive. It is just the simple, plain facts of how our tax system works. Now, what those opposite want to do, Mr Speaker, is trash 100 years of good tax practice, 100 years of good tax practice, and throw that out the window to engage in the politics of envy, Mr Speaker. But what they don't understand, Mr Speaker, is ordinary Australians, mums and dads, are the ones who invest in negative gearing, Mr Speaker. Two-thirds of those who engage in negative gearing have a taxable income of $80,000 or less, Mr Speaker.
The member for Sydney has
and let me tell you more. Some
22.6%
of police officers are the ones who negatively gear as a proportion of their occupation. In fact, more as a percentage of the occupation, police officers negatively gear more than specialised tax accountants, management consultants and even university lecturers, Mr Speaker. More ambulance officers and paramedics negatively gear than accountants, financial advisors and economists, Mr Speaker, as a percentage of people in that occupation. And as a percentage of people in that occupation, more train and tram drivers negatively gear than solicitors, real estate agents and veterinarians, Mr Speaker. So, on an equity measure, Mr Speaker, it's a big fail from those opposite, because they don't get it, Mr Speaker, that mums and dads are just investing to put themselves in a better position for their future. What do they have against the ambulance officers, the paramedics, the tram drivers, Mr Speaker, the police officers who are those who are trying to get into the housing market, that they want to come along and rip 1 out of 3 property purchases out of the market?
Expired.